Welcome to Celestial Zodiac. This is your daily horoscope for Monday, May 4th, 2026. The week opens with a quiet but powerful shift in energy, where things begin to slow down and ask for your full attention. With the Sun and Mercury both moving through Taurus, there's a strong emphasis on grounding your thoughts, your choices, and your energy into something real and lasting. At the same time, Saturn in Pisces is working beneath the surface, asking you to take your inner world seriously, to move with intention rather than escape into distraction. You may feel a subtle tension between wanting to move forward and being asked to pause, but this pause has purpose. Emotionally, this is a moment of awareness, where you begin to see what's truly worth your time and what isn't. Not everything needs your energy right now, and that realization is powerful. What you choose to focus on today sets the tone for the rest of the week. Aries, the energy slows down today, and while that may feel unfamiliar for you, it's exactly what you need right now. With a focus on your values, finances, and self-worth, you're being asked to look at what you're actually investing your time and energy into. There may be a moment where you realize that something you've been pushing toward isn't giving you the return you expected, whether that's emotionally, financially, or energetically. Instead of reacting, the energy supports stepping back and reassessing. You don't need to prove your worth through constant effort. This is about choosing what truly deserves your energy moving forward. What you decide today begins to shift your sense of stability in a meaningful way. Taurus, with the Sun and Mercury in your sign, today brings a strong focus back to you. Your identity, your direction, and how you're showing up in your own life. But this isn't about rushing forward. It's about grounding into who you are becoming. You may feel a heightened awareness of your desires, but also a quiet understanding that getting there requires patience and consistency. There can be a moment of resistance if something asks more of you than you expected, especially if it pushes you outside your comfort zone. Still, this is a powerful opportunity to take ownership of your path. You don't need to have everything figured out today. Just be honest about what you truly want. The more aligned you are with yourself, the more stable everything else becomes. Gemini, today pulls your energy inward, encouraging you to step back from constant movement and give yourself space to process what's been building beneath the surface. While your natural instinct is to stay engaged and mentally active, this energy asks for stillness and reflection. There may be thoughts or emotions coming up that you haven't fully addressed, and avoiding them won't bring the clarity you're looking for. Instead, allow yourself to slow down and observe without judgment. This isn't about isolating yourself. It's about recalibrating. You're clearing mental and emotional space so that what comes next has room to grow. What you acknowledge today helps you move forward with greater intention. Cancer, the focus today turns toward your future, your goals, and the direction you're choosing to move in, but with a much more grounded perspective. You may feel the pull to reconnect with something you've been thinking about, but now the question is whether it's truly worth your commitment. There's a growing awareness of where your energy has been scattered, especially when it comes to social connections or long-term plans that no longer align. Instead of trying to do everything, the energy supports becoming more selective. You don't have to maintain every connection or pursue every idea. This is about choosing what actually supports your growth. The clarity you begin to feel today sets the foundation for something more meaningful ahead. Leo, today brings your attention to your responsibilities, your direction, and what you're building long-term, but in a way that asks for patience rather than immediate recognition. You may feel the weight of expectations, either from others or from yourself, and it can highlight where something requires more consistency than you originally planned. Instead of seeing this as pressure, try to see it as clarity. You're being shown what's real and what it actually takes to succeed in a sustainable way. There may also be a moment where you realize that not everything needs to be done at once. Focus on what truly matters and let the rest fall away. The effort you put in now begins to shape something solid, even if the results aren't immediate. Virgo, there's a pull today to expand your perspective, but not in a rushed or impulsive way. in a grounded and intentional direction. You may feel drawn towards something new, whether it's an idea, a belief, or a path you've been considering, but the energy asks you to slow down and evaluate what truly aligns with your long-term growth. Not every opportunity needs to be pursued. Instead, focus on what feels meaningful and sustainable. There could also be a moment of realization that shifts how you see something, helping you refine your direction. This is about choosing growth with purpose, not just movement for the sake of it. What you begin to understand today helps you move forward with greater clarity. Libra, today takes you into deeper emotional and practical territory, especially when it comes to shared responsibilities, finances, or dynamics that require honesty. You may feel the weight of something that can't be ignored any longer, and while that might feel uncomfortable at first, it's also necessary. This is a moment to face reality with clarity rather than avoid it. There may be an opportunity to reassess where your energy is being invested and whether it's truly balanced. Setting boundaries or having a direct conversation could be part of this process. You don't need to solve everything today, but acknowledging what's real is the first step. What you face now becomes something you can actually work with. Scorpio, relationships come into focus today, but not in a surface-level way. This is about what's real, what's stable, and what has long-term potential. You may feel the need to address something directly, especially if there's been uncertainty or imbalance. Avoiding it won't bring the clarity you're looking for. Instead, the energy supports grounded, honest communication, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. There's also a deeper awareness of what you need from others and what you're willing to give in return. This is about alignment, not intensity for its own sake. You're being guided to build something that actually lasts. The conversations or realizations you have today begin to shift your relationships in a meaningful way. Sagittarius, today brings your attention to your daily life, your routines, and how you're managing your time and energy, but in a more grounded and intentional way. You may start to notice where things feel out of sync, whether it's your schedule, your habits, or the way you're balancing responsibilities. Instead of pushing through or ignoring it, the energy asks you to slow down and make adjustments that actually support you long-term. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being consistent. Small changes made today can have a lasting impact if you're willing to stick with them. You're beginning to understand that structure isn't limiting, it's stabilizing. What you commit to now starts to bring a greater sense of balance into your life. Capricorn, there's a grounded focus today on your creativity, your self-expression, and what genuinely brings you a sense of fulfillment. You may feel inspired or drawn towards something that excites you, but this isn't just about enjoying the moment. It's about deciding whether it's worth your time and energy long-term. There's a subtle shift from seeing something as a passing interest to recognizing its deeper potential. At the same time, you may notice where you've been holding back or treating something meaningful as secondary. The energy supports taking yourself and your passions more seriously. You don't need to have everything figured out, but you do need to show up for what matters to you. What you begin to invest in today has the potential to grow into something real. Aquarius, today turns your attention inward, focusing on your home, your environment, and your emotional foundation. There may be a sense that something needs to be addressed beneath the surface, whether it's related to your living situation, family dynamics, or your own need for stability. Instead of pushing past it, the energy asks you to slow down and create space for what you're feeling. This is about grounding yourself, not escaping. You may begin to see where small changes could bring a greater sense of comfort and security into your life. There's also an opportunity here to set boundaries or make adjustments that support your well-being. What you take care of today helps create a stronger foundation moving forward. Pisces, this week's focus on communication begins to take shape today, but in a more intentional and grounded way. You may feel mentally active, but also more selective about what you engage with and how you express yourself. There could be something on your mind that you've been holding back, and now the energy supports bringing it into the open, but with clarity and purpose. Instead of scattered conversations, you're being guided toward meaningful ones. You may also begin to organize your thoughts in a way that makes things feel more manageable. This is about speaking with intention and choosing your words carefully. What you express today sets the tone for deeper understanding moving forward. This week is all about slowing down, getting intentional, and building something that truly lasts. And every step you take right now matters more than you think. We'll be back tomorrow to see how this energy continues to unfold. That's your daily cosmic commute forecast. Please like, subscribe, and share to stay connected to your Monday through Friday astrology here on Celestial Zodiac.